Next do process B. The reaction is still large to small, but the conversion per pass is 20%. And the separator takes all the large markers into the overhead, but also 33% of the small markers. Place 10 large markers and 1 small marker in the reactor feed. You're asked now to make a mass balance of each component in each stream. This time I'll let you make errors until the mass balance is complete. Look for your own errors. How many large markers react? 20% of 10 is 2. How many large markers come out of the reactor? If 2 react, there must be 8 left. How many large markers react? That's a double question. 2. How many small markers come out of the reactor? Well, 2 are formed and there was 1 going in, so there must be 3. How many large and small markers come out of the separator in the overhead? All of the large ones do, so that's 8. And 1/3 of 3 is 1, so 1 small one. How many large and small markers come out in the bottom stream? Well, there'll be no large ones and there'll be 2 small ones. How many large and small markers come in the process feed? Well, there have to be 2 large ones come in and no small. For the process, what is the percent conversion of large to small? We have 2 large come in and 2 small go out, so the conversion is 100%. For the reactor, what is the conversion per pass? That's 20%. Do the figures balance? I believe they do. Next, we consider a more complicated problem, the same except that the separator now takes 7/8 of the large markers to the overhead and the rest to the bottom. Place 10 large markers and 1 small marker in the reactor feed. You're asked to make a balance of each component in each stream. How many large and small markers come out of the reactor? Well, there'll be 8 large and 3 small. How many large and small markers come out of the separator in the overhead stream? Well, 7/8 of 8 is 7, and 1/3 of 3 is 1, so there'll be 7 large ones and 1 small one. In the bottom stream, well, there will be 1 large and 2 small. Look at the mixer. How many large and small markers come in the process feed? Well, there have to be 3 large ones and no small ones. For the process, what's the conversion of large to small? Well, there are 3 large going in and 2 small coming out, so the conversion is 67%. For the reactor, what's the conversion per pass? Well, that's 20%. Do your figures balance? I believe they do.